We begin with breaking news this morning. San Diego police investigating two separate homicides downtown. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Kahn.
And I'm Netta Iranpour. Now, this first one happened just before 1 in the morning at the intersection of West C Street and Union Street. The second homicide happened just before 5 this morning, so just an hour ago, on 13th and F.
News 8's Tori Apodaca live near 13th and F with what we're learning about both of these here. Tori.
Hi, that's right. Homicide detectives just confirmed this information with me while we were at the other crime scene just a few blocks away, that there was another homicide that happened just about a little over an hour ago. You can see the active investigation now going down. This is on 13th and F, right near the Framework apartment buildings. I know that several people were standing out in front wondering what was going on. I can tell you that this is still in the very early stages. So at this point, they can't even say what the cause of death was. I can tell you, though, that since this is all fresh, we, of course, keeping our distance as police vehicles also blocking the scene as the coroner's has not arrived yet at this point. At this time, police say that no one is in custody. They aren't able to confirm anything of that and are not able to say if these two homicide scenes are connected. But certainly a very busy morning it's been for San Diego police as they are still working to get to the bottom of this. When we were out at the other scene just a few blocks away on C in Union, police were able to confirm that this was a deadly stabbing. We know that one person was stabbed to death. That scene you're seeing video of right now. There were several evidence markers on the ground there. We saw forensics out there as they were taking pictures of it. We also saw them speaking with some of the people who were in the area, just trying to ask them, hey, did you see anything? I know that they were also looking for any cameras that may have captured anything in that area, but still on the early stages for both of these investigations. The first one happening just before 1 a.m. out on Union and C, and then now here we are at 13th and F, where they are just in the very early stages of this crime scene investigation. The other scene is a bit more condensed and wrapped up as far as police vehicle and traffic, but here you will still see the police lights, you will still see the crime scene tape, so do be aware of that if you are going to be driving through the area this morning. That's the very latest from downtown San Diego. I'm Tori Apodaca, News 8.
All right, yeah, busy morning for authorities there. Thank you, Tori, for covering both of those homicides. Right now, San Diego police looking for the driver who hit and killed a person in Scripps Ranch overnight. This happened around 2 this morning in the 10,000 block of Carroll Canyon Road. We just spoke with San Diego police. They tell us the person died at this hour. We don't have more information on the driver or the car they were in. We will update you as soon as we learn more.
And now it's 6:03 here. Let's see what's going on with our weather. It was a hot weekend for sure.
Yeah, we broke some temperature records, not on our afternoon highs, but on our overnight lows.
Okay.
Didn't get that low.
Really warm overnight, so we weren't able to cool down much. This morning could be a pretty similar situation with widespread mid-60s on hand to kick off the morning. Overcast skies out by the coast and inland, and what we'll be watching for into the afternoon, temperatures in the mid-70s. From the coast to our inland valleys, we'll be climbing all the way up to about 83 on average. Inland, 86 toward the mountains, and a 109 for the deserts. Coming up, we'll talk more about the warmer temperatures in the mix for today and tomorrow, and about when we'll see a cool down on hand. Back to you.
President Donald Trump says a deal has been reached to end the conflict with Iran and reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
He says he has authorized an end to the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports. The waterway is crucial for shipments of oil, natural gas, and related products like fertilizer. A signing ceremony for the new deal is expected Friday in Switzerland. Right now, President Trump is headed to the G7 summit in France for his first face-to-face meeting with European allies since the start of the Iran war.
This morning, oil prices are dropping on news of a peace deal between the U.S. and Iran.
Here in San Diego, we've seen gas prices dropping, but drivers are still feeling the pain at the pump. News 8's Chris Groh live in Kearney Mesa to tell us when gas prices could return to pre-war levels. Chris, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. And we started to notice the trend just before, of course, this deal was announced. Oil prices have been trending down, which means, of course, gas prices have been trending down. So let's take a look here at what the average is for a gallon of regular gasoline here in San Diego County. It's sitting right at about $5.77. Now, a month ago, it was $6.17. But before the war started, in February 27th, it was $4.67. So we do believe that this is likely going to go down, but how fast remains the question. President Trump made multiple posts about the deal with Iran, and in them made references to the impact of the oil market, like that, quote, oil will flow on both ends again. Now, oil prices were dropping before the announcement of the deal. As of this morning, Brent crude is at $83 a barrel. West Texas Intermediate is around $80 a barrel. That's the U.S. standard. Both those prices a 3-month low. During the war, prices got as high as $126 a barrel. And prior to the conflict, they were around $60 a barrel. Oil analysts say that it could take many months for them to return to pre-war levels. Of course, anything can happen between now and with the deal being signed. And we should also note that AAA says that demand for gas goes up in the summer months because people start to travel during the summer breaks when kids are out of school. So will that sort of steady the prices despite the fact that we might see them drop? It remains to be seen, right? But at the same time, all eyes are on not only the oil market, the gas prices, but also that deal and whether it will indeed be signed on Friday. Back to you guys in studio.
Thank you very much, Chris, for that. And now this morning, Iran's national men's soccer team is in Los Angeles ahead of their debut in the World Cup against New Zealand this afternoon. Yesterday, dozens of Iranian Americans protested near SoFi Stadium, calling for FIFA to expel the nation's football federation.
Many political prisoners and athletes are under torture and execution, and nothing has changed regarding the Iranian regime. The Iranian regime using football and also World Cup to portray that nothing is going on in Iran.
Now, Iran moved their World Cup base camp from Arizona to Tijuana because of the war in Iran.
Today, the San Diego City Council will discuss a resolution to condemn racism and harassment of Somali immigrants. The resolution says online influencers have been claiming Somali daycare providers are committing fraud, which California daycare unions have said are unsubstantiated. Under the proposal, the council would condemn discrimination and work with daycare providers to increase security measures. This morning, Harbor Drive is back open after a freight train derailment shut down the major downtown corridor for more than a week. 3 BNSF rail cars tipped off the tracks last weekend, damaging a bridge support near Petco Park. Workers spent days stabilizing the structure. They say the bridge is safe to use, but permanent repairs are still to come.
All right, let's see what's happening with our weather. This heat will have people going right there, but there's things that people need to know about the ocean right now.
Now, a couple things to watch for.
Okay.
We last week had a beach hazard statement in effect because of our wave heights, about 4 to 7 foot waves. This week, we're working with about 3 to 6 foot waves out by the coast, and we'll also be watching for some king tides to affect us to start the week here, Monday, Tuesday. We're expecting warm temperatures this afternoon and tomorrow, in some cases even warmer tomorrow before we cool down through the middle and end of the week. Satellite radar here showing that clouds are still with us to start off the morning along the coast and towards some of our more western valleys, not stretching as far east as it has for some of the past mornings. It's been a pretty mild early morning stretch, and that's because of that marine layer. We had it over the weekend, but again, it just in combination with this ridge of high pressure doesn't have nearly as much strength to it, which allows for a rapid temperature warm up. Santee and El Cajon, for example, this afternoon, going to be making it to the 80s yet again, 83 degrees, 79 for La Mesa, 75 for National City, San Diego, Chula Vista, and San Ysidro. Up in North County, similar situation on hand, mid 70s out by the coast, upper 70s, even some low 80s, depending on how far east you're going. With Escondido looking at a high of 82, Poway 81 this afternoon. Right now out the door, we have mostly mid 60s. Fallbrook is at 63. We've got Escondido at 61, Ramona at 57, and we're working with those 3 to 6 foot waves yet again. Water temperatures starting to warm up, 67, maybe 68 degrees that we have had a couple buoys register at 70, and that increase in wave height is going to be a big concern to start the week when you combine it with, of course, high tide being about 7 feet above sea level. That's going to mainly be in the late night hours, so you may wake up each early morning the following day with just that water all around toward the boardwalks, toward those low-lying parking lots. Today and tomorrow are our warmer days, and then we slide. Starting on Wednesday down to 81. By Thursday and Friday, we're back down to the upper 70s. Vanessa Paz checking in on traffic at 6:09. Good morning.
Oh man, am I looking forward to that temperature
Yes,
slide.
agreed.
6:09 is the time. Hope you all had a fabulous weekend. A lot of good sporting events happened. 805 North, let's go ahead and start there, and then we'll work our way a little more north. This is coming in from the South Bay. Right side of your screen is that drive as you make your way northbound out of Chula Vista National City. Meanwhile, here's that stretch coming inbound from the 8, headed from Lake Murray towards the college area. And then this is the 163. This is just south of the 8. So what you're looking at right now, bottom right of your screen, is the southbound drive as you make your way towards Balboa Park and the Hillcrest neighborhoods, eventually landing on the 5 split. Travel times in really good shape, steady speeds across the board. We're averaging about 10 to 15 minutes on both the 5 and the 805 this morning, coming in from National City and Chula Vista, under 5 minutes right now, full span of the Coronado Bridge. Here's what's happening coming in from the East County, headed west, 3 to 7 minutes on the 94, the 8, as well as the 52. And last but not least, here's what's happening in from the North County, headed southbound, about 10 to 15 minutes for you on the 5, the 15, as well as full span of the 78. All right, it is 6:11. Let's go ahead and pull up those border wait times. Ouch. Looks like a pretty long wait coming in from San Ysidro's port of entry. Over 2 hours for you. A little bit better, not by much, coming inbound from Otay Mesa's port of entry, where we're tracking about an hour and a half wait time.